Hi, how are you? Uh, Something just happened. I'm gonna write it down in my diary after I'm done, but because it happened and because I'm learning to be a woman of my word, no more idol worship, as in IDLE, not IDOL. I can't just, it's not just about repenting, saying, oh, I'm not gonna do this anymore, and then being wishy washy. It's also my word. So let's get to it. Y'all gonna be real tickled when you hear what it is, because I'm not telling y'all tonight. Because what? I'm very grateful. Okay. Okay, so I have to, not like have to, it's in like I'm obligated to, like I'm being forced to, but like this is a part of the healing process. Okay. The worst thing that I've ever experienced was being raised by a narcissist who nursed the outside world but neglected me, who showed kindness to others but hated me, who compared me to others constantly for their performance and achievements, including my brother who died of an overdose. She beat me constantly. She spoke ill of me to anyone who would listen. She would perform these speeches where she would tell me that I was lazy and that I would never change, and that she knew that she would have to have this talk with me again. Apparently, she just knew it. These speeches would go on for so long as I just stood there and listened, to the point that her face would begin to morph before my very eyes. The pain that I carry from these experiences and more have led me to marry someone that I had no interest in, but she did, in order to gain her approval, only for him to abuse me. We have since separated. The pain that I've carried with me from my experiences with her have led me to live a life of drunkenness and chronic limerence. I constantly feel the hope that someone will save me. The wound has festered to the point that recently I had sex with my boss, got rejected because of symptoms of OCD, and everything came bubbling to the surface when I made a mistake at work. The wound has made me very vulnerable to predators in the past. The wound has made me prone to deep and dark depression and crippling anxiety. My mother, when I was 15, allowed a stranger into our lives, a pervert who loved the drink. After he molested me in my sleep one night and then drove me back home from his apartment in Toronto, my mother asked me, "What's wrong with you?" in a nasty tone. My face speaks volumes. After the truth came out and we went to court, to which there was no justice for me, she told me that my lack of drive in academics made me an unreliable source, and that I should use the anger that I was feeling to strive to do better in school. Soon thereafter, she sent me away to live with her brother, where I got into the habit of skipping classes and smoking weed. I lived there for a year until they kicked me out themselves. When I landed, my mother met me with the most evil glare. I had to go to the bathroom, so I didn't greet her immediately. Afterwards, I can't remember if she beat me or not. She told me she didn't believe me. She didn't believe that I had actually gone to the bathroom because it was a public one, but rather I was scared of her. I had gone to the bathroom despite my disdain for public washrooms because my bladder was so full. I have since gone no contact with this woman.